Hello. This is a mini lecture on the cloud, semiotics, and the new media. First of all, some terms to be familiar with. The cloud is a metaphor for the internet. New media is a catch-all term to define all that is related to the internet and the interplay between technology, images, and sound. And a panopticon is a circular prison with cells arranged around a central well from which prisoners can be observed at all times. Now, the authors of our textbook are taking this term of panopticon and applying it in the new panopticon. This concept takes the idea of a prison in which every prisoner can be observed at all times and applies it to our modern society. In our digital age, it is possible for everything we do through technology to be observed by others. For example, in 2013, government subcontractor Edward Snowden revealed that the National Security Agency had been collecting and storing data for years on every phone call and digital transaction made in America. We already know that companies such as Facebook, Google, and Apple use data mining, which is the practice of selling our information to other companies. Some say that with advances in technology, our society has become a new panopticon. Like prisoners, we are under constant surveillance. But others see this as a benefit of technology. We are all connected in a global village, and it doesn't matter that we are being watched. In 1962, Marshall McLuhan studied the shift from our text or print-based culture to an aural, related to hearing, and image-based culture. McLuhan was the first to use the term global village to describe a society that he predicted would return to a more oral, spoken, and visual consciousness. However, while technology has indeed immersed us in visual and oral content, it has also brought the printed word back into popular culture. The words are just printed digitally instead of on paper. We see an example of visuals and the digitally printed word in Facebook, where users can post text, pictures, and videos. And we share these with everyone else in the village or the world. The tendency to post images of our personal experiences as we are experiencing them reflects the hetero-directedness of our culture. And a hetero-directed society is one in which members live their lives predominantly in relation to others, constantly seeking their approval and recognition. In our hetero-directed society, we are in constant contact with each other, not only sharing with others, but also judging them. Because we share on a global scale, people all over the world are living their lives in relation to other people who are often anonymous. Our job is to explore the cultural significance of digitality. Think of the rules that govern how we interact with others in the real world. We can enter public places, some of which require a fee or security check. We observe private homes, but follow the rules that say we should not walk through the yard, we should not enter the house without permission. We also have our own physical, personal space, and we set the rules that govern our space. Our rules or codes originate in the way human beings define their territories. And a territory is a space that has been given meaning through having been claimed by an individual or a group of individuals. Our territories become confused on social networking sites. We are all hosts and guests simultaneously. This leads to a blurring of the traditional lines between the uses of public and private space. For example, we may think of our Facebook page as a private place where we make the rules and decide what we share and with whom. But the people you allow to see your Facebook page can see it anytime they want, whether you are home or online or not. Also, Facebook privacy rules often change, and Facebook sells our information to other companies. Thus, the private-public divide is being undone. The barrier between the public administration of justice and private acts of vigilantism is being broken down by internet shaming. And internet shaming is the habit of posting images or other information to the internet in order to embarrass, humiliate, or harm those whose actions or even just personal appearance offend someone. When our society is unrestrained in public shaming, we are in danger of descending into a chaos of private vengeance. Public or internet shamers are like vigilantes, private citizens who co-opt the powers of a publicly controlled and regulated justice system. These vigilantes take it upon themselves to determine who is guilty of some sort of crime, and then to mete out justice to the perpetrator. The medium is the barrier, and here in the medium we're talking about is the internet. Life in the cloud is creating an empathy gap. Empathy is imagining or having the capacity to imagine others' feelings, even if a person does not also have those feelings. An empathy gap, then, is the impairing of our capacity to understand fully the feelings of other people. This empathy gap has been promoted by the way we interact, not with people in the cloud, but with electronic devices and their software. Proxemics is the study of how we communicate with others in face-to-face situations, including such means as body language, facial expression, and tone of voice. But these social cues are absent in the cloud. This has created a proxemic disruption within human history. The results include a loss of civility and an increased possibility for misunderstanding. The difficulty of determining whether someone is being ironic in the cloud is known as Poe's law, by the way. Much of the communication that does take place in the cloud is either a form of shorthand or simply an exchange of pictures. We react on Facebook often instead of speaking, and if people say anything we don't like, we can silence them. Therefore, communication in the cloud has become highly segregated. Only those who already agree with each other are allowed to speak. Now, the medium is the barrier, but the result of this new form of socializing is an increasing polarization of American society, as well as a declining capacity to socialize with others in a non-virtual setting. However, socializing in the cloud does have positives, including crowdfunding, which can bring people together to help others. Also, new media make people feel connected with family, friends, and online communities. Traditionally, mass media have been structured in a top-down manner. Corporate elites at the top provide passive consumers at the bottom with news and entertainment. But now, news has turned bottom up. Newspapers and news sites invite input from readers, and we can post our own videos and news without having any expertise. So we used to passively receive information from media. Now we can create and disseminate our own media content. Now we have new elites that seek to shut down pre-digital forms of commerce and professional activity. For example, online shopping sites are putting many physical stores out of business. Online news outlets are crushing print journalism. Online courses and programs rival face-to-face education. Consumers expect and demand that information should be free, and we believe our use of online services is free, but we pay often with our privacy. Also, social and corporate elites are dominating sites such as Twitter. We see tweeting by major news organizations, celebrities, and politicians. Therefore, top-down and bottom-up are meeting. Users pass around their own content, but they do it on sites owned by huge corporations that require registration so their services can be monetized. And just a couple more terms here at the end. Web 1.0 refers to the internet that exists to provide and receive information. And this is the internet as it used to be. But we are now in a time of an internet known as Web 2.0, which still provides information, but also includes a huge socializing component. Thank you.